Blue sky day in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, nestling in southern Bavaria, and the World Cup overall standings are looking very interesting indeed. Austria at the top of the heap, but Benny Reich in unfamiliar territory. This is a speed event. We've got a Super G for you, and it's wide open. 2004, an interesting season. There's been a lot of winners so far. The big question is, who's it going to be today? Gergel, the first of the Austrians on course. Gives us a chance to have a look at this piste. High-speed turns and some very steep sections. Gergel trailing on our early leader. But skiing, well, a little conservatively, and here on the ice hang at the ice wall, it's so turny. A long way across the hill, and now a long, long right footer to bring him down into the forest. These turns are true Super G tests, a very high speed through this section, and Gergel has mastered them. Some shaky moves, but this is much, much better from the Austrian skier. Oh, a wobble just on the Fischneise. Now down into Hölle, the deep, dark hole where the skier's vision is blurred because of the speed, and the light fades because of the high trees around that section of the piste. Gergel is through with no major problems, and Stefan Stankala's time surely will be beaten. Almost a second clear. Gergel put Austria into command. Pierre-Emmanuel Dalsin. More of a downhiller and a Super G skier, so we might see some problems for him. He's going to need all of his abilities on the lower part of this course. That really is where the demands are the highest. From the midsection down, up here, Dalsin looks quick, and in fact is quickest. Gergel's time takes a tumble. Remember, these turns that the Frenchman winds into now are very difficult indeed, and he's making rather heavy work of these. A lot of pressure being applied in the latter part of the turn, and he's still fighting to achieve the ideal racing line. Dalsin, how does he compare after that pummeling? 49.06 the target. Well, he's still in touch and a little more besides. 1200s the advantage to Dalsin. Sweeping high and wide, setting himself up here. That's his good, intelligent skiing from Dalsin. Not his preferred discipline, but here today in Garmisch-Partenkirchen, he seems to have made the grade. Only 1400s left to play with. This section should be more to his liking. It's pretty straight, a small fall away to be taken in. Dalsin across the line, and yes, indeed, that lower part allowed him to take even more advantage. France go ahead of Austria. Dalsin is delighted. Switzerland now to have a chance. Tobias Grünenfelder on course. Big powerful push into the first gate. Drops the hips low. Pressurizes the tail of the ski. No need to be diving down the hill aggressively on this section of the course. It is relatively flat. From the split time on, however, it's a different story altogether. Grünenfelder goes quickest on the top. Very clean, tight tuck position. But how will he handle the turns? Look how long he has to stand on that right ski. Quick switch to the left, again onto the right. He's getting pushed low, makes a very brave move to the other ski, and battles his way through this very bravely indeed. Good work from the Swiss skier. Could well keep that advantage on this section. 46.94 tumbles, and Grünenfelder the fastest through the turns. 1300s. Not much time at all. He's looking for more aggressive skiing. The hands up in front of the face. This is good work from Grünenfelder. Long, long curve down through this dark section of the course. And now all he needs to do is hang on tight. Don't budge from that tuck position. It should be his. Does he take it? No, remarkable stuff. The exit from Hölle, the long right-footed turn onto the final straightaway to the line, didn't go Grunenfelder's way. Switzerland with another chance. Didier Defago. Very good all-rounder. He's had some serious giant slalom results in his earliest years. And maybe he's going to get a chance to put those turning skills to work. That's how he's done on the gliding section. 800s, very respectable indeed. The skiers are managing to straighten out the top section of the course, but here come the turns. Big giant slalom move. That's good work from Defago. And again, early again to the blue, and seems to be making speed through here. Defago now back into the tuck and chasing down the next split time, but just as he comes off the final curve, the right foot breaks away. Has it cost him? Yes, it has. 2 tenths now to find for Didier Defago. Work rate is very high through here, but he's unable to find the outside ski. It's a scrappy entry to the Fischschneise, this short traverse that gives him a chance to set up for this, the most important turn on the whole mountain. Round he goes and straightens it out, but he's used too much of his energy. He's lost his momentum, and Defago, with the best part of 2/3 of a second to find, surely will be out of the running. 4th position it is for Didier Defago. And well, with the faster men, the better ranked men still to come, it's not looking good for Switzerland. Austria on deck. Now, Hannes Trinkel. Had a good degree of success in the speed disciplines just prior to these events. And looking confident on this fast, straight top section. Hasn't moved from the tuck position, and we're seeing him here equal with the race leader's time. Nicely round this turn. He gave himself space before, so the pressure on the skis not as great as it might have been. It's the quickness of movement now that Trinkel has to find. Relentless second section of turns here. Just the smallest of breathers between the first half dozen and then the following 5 or 6. And Trinkel has let it slip. 3200ths to find. It's a little scrappy through here, but into the Fischschneise. He's down in that tuck position again. Up towards the blue line, marking the outer edge of the race piste. And Trinkel again with work to do. The exit from the Hölle turn, the big long right footer was late, so Trinkel has to get as low as he can if he's to do anything about Dalsin's time, and it's too much of an ask. Austria back in 4th, and France, in the shape of Pierre-Emmanuel Dalsin, hold on to the lead. Peter Phil, Italy's best new young hope. Very comfortable in the downhill section of this course. A young man who prefers the high speeds and jumps of downhill. Does have a strong technical background from earlier on in his career. No surprise there, he's in touch. He's got time to find, but 1300s can be worked upon. Depends so much on this section he's entering now. Very powerful over the outside ski. Hasn't let the line go, but the ski breaks away. The carve is lost, and a big spray of snow comes out from the side of his skis. Peter Phil, I suspect, will be punished for that error. 46.94 stays the fastest. 47.37 for Phil. Another spray at the top of the turn. Needs to try to work on the initiation, the start of the turn. Must be smoother, it must be cleaner if Phil is to stay in contention. Round he goes, and another man has to clip the blue gate on the exit of the long right footer. Very, very hard to try to maintain the race line. Phil now going for the line. It's straight to the finish from here. Over he goes, and it's 5th. 0.83 of a second back from Pierre-Emmanuel Dalsin, who must by now be feeling rather confident and happy with his efforts. Fritz STROBL now. Very experienced skier out of the Austrian team. Probably at this stage in his career thinking about hanging up the race boots sometime soon, but today, as ever, the focus is on one thing only: skiing as flat out, quick from the top of the hill to the bottom as is humanly possible. STROBL in touch, 500s at the top split, into the turns. Oh, and the ski breaking away. He's lost the line. He's going very wide here. The red gate sees him fight it back, but that will have cost him time. STROBL having to work harder than he'd planned through that section, and that will translate to time lost. 46.94 for Dalsin is safe for now. Only 3/10 separating STROBL and the Frenchman, however, and STROBL trying every trick he can into the tuck. That's good through this section. Must stay low, must keep the hands up. That's surely giving the course a little more respect than it deserves. Fritz STROBL loses another 10th, and now surely he's left the door open for Dalsin. I don't think STROBL can do anything in the last 100 meters. 1:18.88 seconds, the final time for Fritz STROBL. And, well, disappointment on the Austrian's face. Patrick Jerben, Super G specialist. The top Swedish speed skier for quite some time now. One of the older competitors, ranking up there in age terms with the likes of STROBL. But he's quicker than anybody bar our race leader Dalsin. Only 100th on that top section. And these turns are good. Jerben gets bumped a little, brings it back quickly, however. The arms are very wide, battling for balance, but he's quickly into the tuck as soon as he has a chance to make the skis run straight. Jerben fighting with the hill rather than finding the smooth line, but it's a fight that's gaining him ground. 500s now, it's to his advantage. Jerben goes deep on the inside ski, risking everything. Into the tuck now, he's got to stay there. Opens it up, catching a lot of wind, pushed onto the tails of the skis, but he runs out of here very straight indeed. This will be way too close to call. Not far to go, and we'll know if Jerben's done enough. Can Dalsin hold him off, or has Jerben taken it? There is the answer. Those small errors in the last 400 meters of the hill, and Jerben has to settle for third. France leads this 2004 edition of the Super G from Garmisch-Partenkirchen. The toughest and fastest male skiers in the world battling it out. Switzerland on course. Bruno KERNEN, campaigner, and one of the nicest men you could hope to meet on the mountains. Don't get in his way, however, when he's on a mission from top to bottom. Look at this. KERNEN putting Dalsin in his place on the top section. 400's the advantage to the Swiss over France. A beautiful entry to the turns from KERNEN. Timed this one to perfection, and nobody has skied this so well since Dalsin quite some time ago. KERNEN chattering and dropping low in the line, chasing down Dalsin's final split. 46.94 the target. KERNEN lets it slip by despite a very good section through the turns. He's not giving this one up, however, fighting through this part. And Dalsin watching and waiting, I'm sure, from the finish area as KERNEN struggles to maintain that tuck position. Another skier finding the bumps and humps on the lower section of this piste just a little too much to handle. Now, straight as he dare for the line. Bruno KERNEN tries to save face for Switzerland, but again, within sight of the finish, the skier sees it slip away, and KERNEN can only manage fifth. Now, this will be one of the most exciting runs of the day, no matter what the result is. Bodie Miller on course for Team USA. Running wild, running wide, but he's always running fast. Miller through the top split, 1500s back. That's a bit unusual for him. He's usually quick on those straight sections. Let's see what he can do in the turns. Pushed low. Recovery coming up on the exit to the blue gate. Miller twists the body around, gets away with it once again, and the skis working magic for Miller. 46.94, it has been the best split for such a long time, but now surely the leader is under threat. Miller, he's off the pace, but only by 1700ths, and these are beautiful Super G turns from Bodie Miller, sweeping wide across the hill, the skis arcing cleanly, the upper body all over the place, and Miller is barely out with a quarter second from a race leader and giving it absolutely everything. So on the limit, off the side of the course, the body's twisted again. It's another mistake from Miller. Is it one too many? Yes indeed, that error on the exit from the Hölle turn, and he knows it. It has cost him so much time. Austria have another chance. Andreas Schifferer looking very focused and very determined. Excellent seeing these close-up pictures of these world-class ski racers. Try to have a little insight what's going on in their mind. It's simple. The message is attack the course and attack Dalsin. Schifferer is delivering the goods here from Austria. 1800ths to his advantage. How does he fare in these all-important turns? Sweeping wide left and right, and the skis break sideways. Schifferer tries to limit the damage, presses the body forward over the jump, and again runs late and on the inside ski. Andy Schifferer is flying here. The skiing is ragged, but the speed is good and the time is reflected in the green light. Half a second. Well, it's all for Schifferer to win or to throw away. The final split. Is he still in touch? Where did it go? The mistakes in those turns killed the momentum, lost him speed, and despite taking the straight line down, Schifferer now leaves himself with work to do. Crossed the line, and it really was never going to happen for Schifferer. From the exit of the technical section, it really seemed too much of an ask. Hans Knaus on course for Austria. Squeezing the body tight into that tuck position, pressurizing the skis to create a clean arc. And now the battle begins. It's Knaus versus Dalsin, Knaus versus the mountain. 600ths to Knaus at this point. Into the first serious section of turns. All the pressure on the right foot. Knaus holds it beautifully, drops onto the left but goes wide. Missed the entry to the turn, the timing fractionally wrong. A long and slightly untidy flight as well off the jump. It looks direct, it looks fast. Let the clock be the final judge. And it's quarter of a second that Knaus has to find. He's battling the hill here, but Dalsin seems to be clear of trouble at this point. Can Knaus do something in the final turn? This is the one that counts. Set it up. Plant the foot hard as you can on the right ski and just hang on all the way around. Try to generate some lift and momentum from the exit of the turn and bring it into the finish. The last choose. Knaus is outside, and look at the gap. 9th position and 0.73 of a second back. Bjarne Solbakken now gives the Norwegians some hope. Solbakken, a great all-rounder, competing in all 4 disciplines in the last couple of years, and you have to wonder if it really is worth the effort. Do you risk your body, risk your physical fitness? At this point in the season, halfway through, Solbakken is looking good. See how he carries the speed through the turns. Well, a small mistake there, but he's recovered it well. But it's compounded by a long flight off the jump, and Solbakken, just when he was looking so good, finds himself in all sorts of bother. 3/10 now, and they have to be found by Bjarne Solbakken. Must stay calm, must stay composed, put the mistakes, the errors, the rough sections on the course out of his mind and concentrate on delivering smooth and powerful turns. This one in particular, and he delivers very well. The time there, half a second to find. He may be able to shave off a 10th or possibly 2. Must stay low. I think he's going to be out of contention, but what does the clock give him? 11th position, another 3/10 added as extra insult to injury.
4, 3.
Darren Ralphs, Team USA on course. Ralphs here skiing in his final season. It's been a great start to the year for him, and this is one of his favorite courses. 800s. Practically no time at all for him to find, and he is very quick in these turns. A light-framed skier, so he's able to switch from one ski to the other quickly, and once again to the left foot, the right foot taking a pounding, and Ralphs in the air and a long way offline. Pushed low, and again that right foot of Darren Ralphs breaks away, and the line has been lost. Dalsa gets a lucky reprieve and stays fastest for now. Ralphs pushing all the way down now into the fish nice, the last almost straight section where he can achieve the tuck position. 2 or 3 attempts to enter the final right-footed turn. And Darren Ralphs, this looks like a day that he would want to put behind him. Ralphs crosses the line, and again a skier unable to challenge Dalsan. He stays at the top for now. Determination and focus written across the face of Didier Kusch. Switzerland powering out of the start. Wonderful body shape there from Kusch. Beautifully aerodynamic. He's not the tallest skier, but he gets himself folded up into a little ball of speed and energy. This is good. 500s. 18.76, a very respectable top split. And Didier Kusch sets up very wide. Clever skiing here from the Swiss man. And no real problems through this section. Looks to be gaining speed. Can he hang on to it? Dalsan so far has been the quickest through these technical turns. Has he remained the fastest, or has Kusch overtaken him? Well, not quite. Just as quick, you could say. Nothing between these two men. It's 1700ths or so. We're lost on the top part of the course, so this could mean that Kusch has better momentum, better speed through this section. Final split time shows that he needs to find a 10th or 2. Kusch beautifully through the Hölle turn, and now in that long ride to the finish, battling to stay in the position. He holds on tightly for the line, and again a skier loses his chance to take a podium position in the last 400 meters of the track. EBERHARTER for Austria. Power and determination once again into that first turn. Opening the body up just a touch. Maybe just gaining some extra leverage to apply to the ski. Let's see if it's worked out for him. There's the answer. 1800s the advantage now to Austria. Dalsa, he's been at the top of the leaderboard for so long. Surely these men are really determined and focused to try to topple him from that spot. EBERHARTER overcooking the turns. These are a rough series of curves from Stefan EBERHARTER. Not the smooth execution that we saw from Dalsa earlier on. EBERHARTER had the advantage at the top, and it's grown. He's gone straight through the curves, but can he hang on to the speed? It's all very well taking the short way down the mountain, but you have to be able to carry that speed through these sections. 1:03.89, the crucial split. Does he still have it? Stefan EBERHARTER does have the green light, but now almost all of that advantage has been eroded because of those previous mistakes. 900s, is it enough to carry him to the line and top position? No, EBERHARTER tumbles down to 8th, and Dalsa can't believe his luck. The tour leader, the man on the ultimate comeback trail, none other than Hermann MAIER. We've talked about focus, we've talked about determination. Take a look at those eyes. Would you bet against this man? Here he goes, teeth gritted, body working the skis. What a season it's been for MAIER. The win in Kitzbühel earlier in the year, confirming that he has recovered from that horrific motorcycle accident back in August 2001, and the green light adding to that confirmation. Hermann MAIER in stellar form through these turns. The track is choppy, it's rough. It must be punishment on that poor left leg, which has seen so much time under the doctor's knife. Hermann MAIER has put all those troubles behind him, however, and gets the green light on the lower section. This is remarkable. What a story. Hermann MAIER, a true god amongst the world of ski heroes. Fantastic through the Fischneise. Doesn't go for the tuck. Stays low. Keeps the skis in contact with the snow, but now can achieve that bullet tuck position, and it looks like he's going to hold it all the way to the line. It's been green lights all the way for the Hermannator, and what a way to end the weekend in Garmish. Hermann MAIER by 700th of a second, and he cannot believe it. Pierre-Emmanuel Dassin steps aside and gives the glory to Hermann MAIER. What a recovery. It is confirmed. He is back. The Hermannator takes the 2004 World Cup Super G title in spectacular style.